Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here. So before we start the session, here's a housekeeping notes for all of you. You could write your question at the live event Q&A session, and we shall compile the question and discuss with our speaker after this sharing. So good morning again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm today moderator Jaslyn from InfoTrack. And together with me today is Miss Jarina. So here I'm pleased to welcome you to this free webinar. So this 90-minute webinar, we hear you the Office 365 clinic session. So maybe I can just have a quick history of this webinar. So how we get this is because recently we have did a survey to all our database and our client. So what is the items and what is the topics that they wish to know from 365 Office 365. So that's why we are having this special custom-made webinar for all of you. So if you are not joining the first survey, it's okay. So since today you have joining us, so after the session, you can let us know what else you would like to learn. So we will plan for the next session, of course, for that. Okay, so I would like to introduce our speaker today, Miss Jarina. Okay, so Miss Jarina actually start the career with the Microsoft Office specialist trainers since 2005. So she is very experienced trainer with InfoTrack also, and is specialized in Power BI, Excel, PowerPoint, projects, Outlook, Access, Word, Publishers, and Visual. So besides that, she's doing a lot of customization based on our clients' need also. So without further ado, I would like to invite Jarina. Jarina, are you there?
Yeah, hi, Jess. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jess. So, hi, everyone. Welcome for this session, our office clinics. So, as we said, we hear you. So, when we hear you, we picked up those commonly asked questions from all of you. So, I'm here today going to go through some of the top rated questions that you all selected. So, we have 4 programs to do the demo to you all today from Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and also Power BI. So after we have conducted the survey, these are the topics that they come out and they are saying that these are the lessons that we would like to know more about it. So example, first we are going for the Word, some of the lessons, and also continue with Excel. After that, PowerPoint, and also lastly, Power BI. So during the demo, if you have any questions, feel free to put it under the Q&A session. And then at last, I will get some of the question to be answered here. Okay, so without further delay, let's move on to our demo. So first we are looking at the Word program. So for a Word document, I can say that most of us maybe depends on what department we are, but mostly we are like not so much of using Word, but those department frequently using Microsoft Word to do like a proposal, documentation, then they would like to know what is the speedy document formatting, especially we are looking at styles and multi-level list, and also comparing and monitoring document edits. If I'm edited the document last week and this week, how can I do the track changes? And also how can we quickly come out with the table of content and also reference to the table of content. So with that, I'm going direct to the demo already. So example, now I'm actually having this document. So this document, it contains 7 pages of document. So with these 7 pages of document, I have done the title and also subtitle. So my main title here, body language, and then subtitle, what do we do, body overseas. Then when I go into the document, I notice that there are more subtitle and also the heading do we have. But then if I wanted to like use the table of content, and also I want to make a quick formatting, for example, now I want this title to be like font, bold with the font size 18. Then I would like to make this everything to be in the same formatting to standardize the entire document. So at first, when I received this document from someone else, I noticed that for the main title, they just go and use the bold format, and also they make the font size 16, bold and font size 16. And then after that, they do for the subtitle. So when I highlighted, I noticed this is also using the bold and also font size 14. So I noticed that they make the main title with one format and then the subtitle another different format. So to make it into the heading style, I'm going to use the find and replace method by using the heading. And also before we start doing the quick formatting, right? Normally, when you wanted to navigate long document, we prefer to use the heading style. And to detect the heading style, we always use the navigation pane, which is under the view ribbon. So when I turn on the navigation pane right now, I notice that there is no any heading detected in this document. So with that, now I'm going to the main title. And then I'm using find and replace. So to go to the find and replace, I'm using the shortcut Control-H. So Control-H you can use in all the Office application, Excel, Word, and PowerPoint. So once we come to the find and replace, I go to the replace tab and find what and replace with. At the same time, we are going to turn on the more settings. So when you expand to more setting, then we can actually go and look for the what we are finding. So for what I want to find, I would like to see under the formatting over here. So when I go format, I can see the font format because the main title formatted with normal font type. So I go to the font, and then I'm choosing the font size 16 and also bold. So after choosing the format, then click OK. Then it is identify the format. Same goes to replace with. I would like to replace with the heading style number 1. So go to the format and then use the format. And then we go by the style. And then the style, I'm using the style number, heading style 1. Click OK. So with that, I'm able to find and replace. Rather than we go for the specific wording in the title, we just use the format to identify and also replace with. And once I've identified that, I'm just going to do replace all. So when I do replace all, for replacement done, then I click OK. Then we notice that under my navigation pane, the heading for heading already auto-detected. So same I'm going to do for my subtitle as well. So when I check the subtitle, they make it bold, but font size 14. So they differentiate the main and subtitle with different font size. So I go again to the format for the find what, change the format over here, font, and changing the font size to 14, click OK. Remain font bold, and then replace with, click again on the replace. Then only we go to the format, choose the style, and now we are selecting style number, heading style 2. Then click OK. So now I'm doing the second replacement with a different font format with the style heading 2. Then I'm going for replace all. So after do the replace all, there are 11 replacement made. So then click OK. Then I'm already able to find my heading 1 and heading 2. So with that, we can quickly identify the heading 1 and heading 2 with the style. And this also will help us to quickly come out with the table of content. Another type of style formatting For now, when I choose the style number 1, I notice that the font, black, bold, and then the font size 16. Maybe I would like to change to some other style. So I have 4 main heading 1. So to change, I need to come to the main title, heading 1, go to the home ribbon, heading 1, right click the heading 1, and first I need to select all. So when I do select all, I right click again, and I notice that it will actually allow me to modify that. So I modify heading 1, and then now we can do the normal font formatting. For heading 1, for example, I would like to make the font size 16 with the bold and italic, or maybe the font color with the blue. Then when I'm changing all the format, example, maybe the alignment center, vertical and horizontal, click OK. Then that format will be updated to all my heading 1. So with that, when I want to make the changes, we can just modify and make the changes. It will be updating all the heading 1. So same goes to heading number 2. If I want to modify, then we just need to go to the heading number 2, right click, select all, and then we go and apply to heading number 2. Then once we apply heading number 2, we notice that all selected, and then we can keep modify the heading number 1. So rather than we go through each pages and identify the title and subtitle, we use the style to make the changes, and this can be used for table of content. So once we are done with that, another type of formatting, which is numbers and bullet. So when we want to do like numbers and bullet, some of the content we may want to have the numbering 1 followed by 1.1 or 1.2, then back to number 2. Or we may wanted to have 1, after that A, B, C, then back to number 2. Or maybe under A, we want to have the sub-content A.1, A.2. So this one we prefer to use as a multi-level list. So rather than we put the number and ABC one by one, we actually prefer to use the multi-level list here. So in my document, we notice that I have the facial expression, front smile. Under front, we have subcategories, smile also subcategories. So I would like to do it with the number and ABC. So, but anyhow, when I type what I did, I type with the indent. So I know which is the sub-content. So with that, I'm highlighting all of them, and then I'm going home ribbon. Under home ribbon, I'm using the, not the number or not the bullet, but we come to the multi-level list. So when we go to multi-level list, then we can see the list library already given us the combination. Example, this will give us 1A and 1 Roman. Or you would like to have the 1, 1.1, 1.1.1, and you can have the different combination with the library. So I'm going to use this library. So once I click yes, it's already get the sequence accordingly. So with that, for example, if I would like to have the sub-content of the displeasure, then I just enter and tap. So it will go for the next level numbering. Or maybe if I like to indent to the main level, I just use the Shift tab to get back to the main numbering. So for example, now I notice that the displeasure is already going to the 3rd level. That's why we see that actually when I choose the list library, it was giving us 1A, then only Roman. But then the displeasure and unhappiness already go to the level 3. So then what we need to do is we just need to highlight the sub-content over here. And then I'm using the control to do the multiple selection. And then we just go and Shift tab, then it is all like indent to the left. So that is become the main bullet. So maybe this one we can say that the content already there. That's why we can actually quickly go and do that. But how if let's say I'm start creating a new list. So if I would like to create a new list, I'm starting with the list and I would like to first start with the multi-level list. This is the one I'm selecting. And then I'm starting with, for example, department, HR. Enter. Then I get the same level number to indent and make the sub-bullet tab. So when you press tab, then it will be going to the sub-bullet. Then I type payroll, recruitment. Then I want to go to the next department. Then I just use the shift tab to outdent the bullet or to become the same level with number 1. So tab in order for us to go to the next level bullet and shift tab to come back to the main level bullet. So with that, we can just continue with the next content accordingly. So example, under sales, we have office sales, IT sales, and I also want to continue the sub-content for office. So I content, enter, then tab, then I go to the next level. So with that, we can actually manage the multi-level list with all the content accordingly. And at the same time, after I'm done with this, maybe you would like to have a different level library. I just select all of them, go to the multi-level list. Then maybe I would like to have the 1.1, 1.2, 1.21. Then all this will go accordingly. So rather than using the normal bullet and numbering, try to use the multi-level list. So with that, some of the tips I share with you for the quick formatting on your document. Next, we would like to move on to the, can I do like comparing and monitoring document edits? For that, I have 2 documents over here, which is compare 1. So this document at the beginning I have created, and this is a 7 pages of the document. And then after I do this, when I amend or edit this document, I go and created another copy, meaning I save as the file and edited this document. So actually the document similar, but I know that some content I edited, but I can't remember what are the content I have edited. So this can be happen like when you submitted first proposal, second proposal with the changes. So now how am I going to know the changes that I have done from my document version 1 and document version 2? So now I already opened the 2 documents. Then I go to review ribbon and go to the compare. And then we use the compare option, which is comparing 2 documents. So to compare the first document, I'm just browsing to my files are on the desktop, this folder, choose the compare 1. So compare 1 is my original document. And then my revised document, compare 2. So meaning without you open the compare 1 and compare 2, we still allowed to open the compare document and view that. And after selected the 2 documents, what are the comparison that we would like to do? We can do the selection accordingly. So the comparison we would like to detect based on the, what are the moves? Maybe some paragraph we move up, move down. Do we have any content or different format, change uppercase, lowercase, white space, meaning like we have a space between the word or paragraph or table header. So all these features are detected for comparison. And also when you do the comparison, I would like to go by word level. Every word by word, it will detect. At the same time, the changes we would like to show in a new document. So after I'm setting up all this, then I click OK to come up with the comparison. So with that, the screen will be coming out with the comparison already. So I have my document 1, document 2, and also this is a new document. So when I choose the comparison, come out in a new document, then I can see that when I scroll down, so this is the changes that we have done. So in our compare 1 document, these 2 bullets are there, but this get deleted. Then this get added. So deleted, you will see the strike through line. Those added, you will see underline. And also this is the font formatting. So the comment, or normally when you do the comparison, there is a markup to show the formatting as well. Who did the changes? Even sometimes I and my co-worker doing the changes, so I can do the tracking. Who made the changes between these 2 documents? So we can check on that. And after I do the comparison, maybe I would like to combine all the changes. Then we just go again to the compare, and then we can do the combination of the document that we have done. So we also can merge the 2 document changes into 1 document. So the final output will be coming out ready. So when I combine, we still use the same method and we can combine as well. So normally the best practice, I would like to do the comparison to check what are the changes we have done. Then only finally we go for the combine the document. And for now, I'm just looking at the changes. And once I have done the changes, then if let's say I'm just wanted to save my changes to check, I can save the document. If not, we can just close the document. So I'm not saving the document. For now, I'm just closing the 2 documents already. And then next, we would like to go for the, how can I quickly come out with table of content? So the table of content, remember just now for the first document, we have done the heading 1, heading 2. So by detecting the heading 1 and heading 2, I can go and check under the view ribbon. So under the view ribbon, we have this navigation pane. So normally navigation pane by default, when you open the Word document or the window, the navigation pane closed. If you wanted to get back, turn it on from view ribbon. So I noticed that we have the main and subtitle, and I want this to be on my table of content. And also I would like to have my quick formatting with the page number as well. So I go to my footer and I put my middle alignment. Then I get the header and footer ribbon, get the page number, and I want just plain number for the page number at the current position. So I choose that, number 1. So the document already have the automated page numbering according to the position that I have selected. So once I've done the page numbering, then I would like to return to my body of the document. Just double click on the body. So you are exiting from header and footer. And same thing, if you want to return to your header and footer, go to the header section. Normally to differentiate header and body, we prefer to turn on the ruler. So when you go to the view ribbon, we can turn on the ruler. So the gray shaded area, that is the header area, with the white area, body, and then bottom you can see gray shaded area, that is footer. So if you want to go to that, you just double click to go to the footer area. So now when I back to the body area, I would like to start the table of content. So to insert table of content, I'm getting a new page. So from here, I would like to push everything to my next pages. So I'm just having the section break before the body language. So for that, I can just go to layout ribbon under the breaks. Then we can have section break next page. So usually when you want to have the content of the document and table of content, we need to split it to two sections. Then only the table of content, we can have page number Roman 1, 2, 3, and then the content start normal number 1, 2, 3. So when I go to the next page, then for now, this is my blank page already. So I would like to start the table of content here. So first I type the title, table of content. And also the style, I just make it into the title content or strong content. Okay. Then I go put my cursor below that and to start the table of content. So to have table of content, we use reference ribbon. From reference ribbon, we use the table of content. So when you do the table of content, like just now when we use the style or multi-level list, I'm asking you to use the standard one. But for table of content, it's not recommended to use the built-in table of content, because if you use the built-in, you can't customize. Are you going to have only level 1, level 2 for heading, or you would like to include the other content as well? So the best always to use the custom table of content. So we are going by custom table of content. So this is under reference ribbon. So with that, I'm already selecting the preview of the table of content. And also we have the settings to modify and also the option. So first I'm going to the option. Then now I can see that automatically it's include heading number 1 and also heading number 2, 3. Others are not included. So depending on your document, if let's say I have 3 levels of heading, then I choose automatically. Or if I wanted to next time add heading number 4, I will also put the leveling for the heading number 4. So this is where we can customize the table of content level. So once you put this, so the numbering, what is the purpose of the numbering? For indent option, because the main title we want to indent to the left and the subtitle or heading to indent inside. Same goes to heading number 3, indent further. So that is the purpose of the TOC level 1, 2, 3, 4. So after we choose the or key in the number accordingly, then click OK. Then we are now recognizing 4 levels of the item. And then the table of content, the style, by default, it's already hyperlink. And the color with this color, if I wish to modify that, I can modify. For now, I just choose the style with the default style. Click OK. There you go. So we already get the table of content. And with that, if let's say I would like to go to this title, we just need to click with the control to go to that title. And at the same time, example, I'm going to add another title. Testing. Okay, so this is the content. So now after I'm added a new title, and also maybe due to the new paragraph, I move my next subtitle to the following pages. So Control Enter is a shortcut for page break. So rather than we enter, we can just use the Control Enter, and that will give us the page break. So once I do that, now I need to make sure my table of content updated. So I quickly come back to the table of content. And also when I'm editing too many pages of document, I use the navigation pane, table of content. Then when I come to here, just refresh the table of content. So to refresh, we can right click and update field, or we can also go and remove this. So make sure that this is not heading number 1. If this is heading number 1, then this is also will be included in our table of content. So example, now I just make it normal and I just put it a bold for this content. Then now I need to refresh my table of content, right click one of the table of content, update field. So the table updated and we can see the testing subtitle included already. So with that, I hope I can just quick demo for y'all. How do we do the quick formatting in the Word document, table of content with the heading style and also the comparing two documents. So next, we would like to wish to move to the Excel. So when you talk about Excel, yes, I can say that most of the department using Excel, or maybe you can say every day we use Excel. So I get to see more questions for Excel. So the first thing we would like to give you some idea on what are the formulas and function we can use for data cleansing. So for that, I have this sample file, data cleansing. And the first formula I would like to show you with the trim function. Okay, so when you see the customer name, so when they enter the name, sometimes they don't really look at whether they press the space bar before or after. And with that, the customer name not standardized. And also with this, sometimes when you VLOOKUP the data from one file to another file, you can say, how come the VLOOKUP giving us NA? But then when I manually Control F, I can still find the item. This may be due to the spacing issue. So I would like to eliminate the space in front, all the space, at the end, all the space, between the words, only single space. Then we can use the trim function. Sorry, I think this is trim function. So to do that, I'm starting in my cell BRC for my data in column B. So I start with equal symbol T, and I can see all the formula with T, and I continue with the second character R, so I can see the trim function. Double click the trim function, then I'm using the data from B4 cell, just I click on it. So when I click on it, I capture the customer. Then because now we only use one formula, one close bracket, I can enter without closing. Excel will automatically close the bracket. Enter. Then because my data in a table format, so the formula will be automatically copied down. If let's say you are saying that the data not in table form, normally the formula won't be automatically copied down. Then we just need to go to the right corner bottom. There is a small green icon. When you move there, your cursor becomes small plus symbol, double click. And I notice some of them may use the dragging method, but for the long range of data, double click more faster. So trim function help you to eliminate the space in front from the text string and also from the back, all the space removed. Between the words, it will still remain one single space. Then we are looking at another example for cleaning up data, substitute function. So this substitute function, another way of replace data lah. Okay, for example, from my sales system, the code is given PNP110CR. Now, from our New Year system, I would like to replace the P to J. But if I use the normal find and replace, it will replace all the P. But my concern, only the second P should be replaced. Then we can't depend on the, like just now I showed the find and replace method. Similar, you can also do it in Excel, but this scenario, we can't use that method. Then we are using the substitute function. So I'm starting in my cell C3 equal SUB. Then I can see substitute. Normally when the formula too long, just type a few character, 1 or 2, then double click from the drop down. That will be faster rather than you key in and worried about typo error. So after I double click, the formula guide will help me to know. First, I need the text. Text means which data that I want to clean up. So I'm using cell B3, then comma, then now I'm doing alt text. So notice that the argument that you are doing normally will be bold. So alt text means what is the existing data or what data we want to find. I want to find P. So I type the P. And because this is a character that we want to find, it is also case sensitive. So I put P, then replace with J. So that is a new text that we want to replace. Then the last argument, we notice that it is given in a square bracket. Square bracket means it's like an optional argument. So now the optional argument, if I skip and close the bracket, enter, all the P will be replaced. So I'm going to actually get the one more. So I'm just double click to edit the formula. And then after the J, comma, I'm putting the instant number 2, meaning only the second P will be replaced, not the first P. If we want the first P to replace, then put the instant number 1. So now I put 2 and enter. So it will be replaced already. Then double click. Then I can get the replacement only for the second P. So that is another way of cleaning your data. Another one, which is breaking the text. So for breaking the text, we can use formula or another way, text to column, depend on scenario. So now my data given invoice, and this is like all my invoice standard with the 8 character. So from 8 character, I would like to split code 2 character, order month 2 character, and also the serial number 4 character. So because it's already standardized, I would like to use the text to column rather than we use the left, right, or mid function. So with that, I still would like to remain the original invoice. So the best is I copy the invoice. So I'm now at the cell A5, Control Shift arrow down. So this will help me to select the entire set of data. So from cell A5, I go and use the Control Shift arrow down. That will select all the data below. Then I copy with Control C. Then I go to the B column and paste it in B5. After pasting, I'm ready to text to column. So now all these cells selected ready. I go to data ribbon and then click on text to column. And then we are going to use a fixed width. So after choose the fixed width, click next. And then here we can see like a ruler with number. Then I want the first 2 characters. So I just go and click after the second character. So I can see the line. Then after the 4th character, I click. Then I can see one more line. So meaning that you can fix the position where the split need to be happen. So after we click, then click next. In my data, I do not need any special format after the split. So the formatting wise, I just leave it default and then finish. So it is already splitted the characters accordingly. So this is another way of splitting the data here. Or if not, we can still use the left, right, or mid function to split. And now you can notice that the order month, because I have 0, 2, but now this is only become the number, then I would like not able to have the 0, 2. But let's say if the order month, we do have the double digit number 1, 0 or 1, 1, we still able to keep the double digit. Next, another cleanup, we can use the text join. So example, when I collect database, I ask my customer to fill up address 1, address 2, city, postcode, state, country separately. Then now when I want to view my report, we would like to join all together. So previously we can use concatenate function, but concatenate is a bit more work because you have to combine each column one by one. Now Microsoft come out with a new formula, text join. So it's very quick and easy because you can just define the delimiter and the selection of the cell continue rather than choose one by one. So now I would like to start with my first one. So I'm now in the cell H3, starting with equal symbol and then TE and double click text join formula. Delimiter means separator between address 1 and address 2. So I would like to have the double quote, comma, space, then double quote. Normally double quote, whenever you define text type of data, we need to have the double quote. Then only Excel can read. If it is number type of data, we do not need to type the double quote. Then comma again. Then I'm going for the selection of my data. So the selection of the data, I'm selecting from cell B3 to G3. So if let's say there are 10 columns, you can choose 10 columns. And you also can use this method, first name, middle name, last name, join all together. Close bracket, enter. Sorry, I think here because we didn't have one more mandatory argument. So this one to show you that sometimes the error will show us like this. And this is due to the some argument I missed out. So for example, we notice address 2 is empty, isn't it? So if it is empty, what are we going to do there? Do you want to still show blank or you want to just ignore and continue next one? So to ignore and continue next one, so I'm going to get another comma, then only the B3 to G3 will be the text that we want to combine. So if we are skipping any of the mandatory argument, you need to just put double comma. If optional argument, just continue with the next. Then close bracket, enter. So we're able to join already lah. Then we just copy down the formula with the double click on the right corner bottom. So this is the sum of the formula, but there are more formula. Maybe during training we can catch up more here. Okay. So then next we would like to go to the most commonly saying that, how about like Power Query, Power Pivot, and also crafting dashboard and reporting. So when we are working with data, time to time, our data keep increasing bigger and bigger. And also we want to do like multiple data source to come out with the reporting. Example, I'm going to do a sales reporting. I'm getting data from my team who is in charge for the customer. So they are giving me all the customer detail in one file. So I have my customer detail. So when I have this customer detail, so I can see that they have like customer ID, customer name, state, it's a merged row, and also region and transport. And then I do get my order detail. So I go to the order folder, the order detail given to me in a duration base. Last year already completed. I'm just opening one of the sample file for this year Q1. So this file, I can notice that we are having the all with the file content here. And this is starting with also customer ID, customer name, salesperson, team, order date, product, and so on here. So now, if let's say I want to do a quick summary with pivot table. Pivot table is very commonly used in Excel, but then in order to do normal pivot, I need to compile all data in one worksheet. When I compile all data in one sheet, that file becomes too heavy. Then we start complaining the file, slow respond, and also easy to crash because it's too big. Then Microsoft come out with Power Query and Power Pivot. So we can say that Power Query and Power Pivot is the base to draft the dashboard. So this can use multiple data and clean up the data and come out with the dashboard. So now I'm just going to leave my data separately in the individual file. At the same time, I need to close my source file before using it in the report. So with that, I keep my order data, which is duration based given. So you notice we have order for last year, the whole year completed. I able to import all one shot. But this year I'm given Q1 one file, Q2 one file, and Q3 one more file. So I need all this data to clean up and automatically goes to my dashboard. So in order to do that, I'm starting a new Excel file. So from new Excel file, I'm just saving the file first. So I'm saving it on my desktop, Office Clinic, and then this one is a order report file. So it is a good practice. The report we created in new file because the source file may be different teammate updating the file. So I leave it in a different location. So my report file, I prefer in a new file. So after creating a new order report file, I need to import the data. So Power Query is the first process to get the data and transform the data. Transform the data meaning clean up and massage the data. So for that, from Excel window, I'm going to Data ribbon and then turn on Queries and Connection pane. So when I on the Queries and Connection pane, for this file right now, I don't have any query. So with that, we are starting with the first data from customer. So I go to again Data ribbon, Get Data. And Get Data, you notice that we can use from various source data, especially like file level data, or if let's say some of your application, HR application connected with the database. So we also can import from database, from Azure online database, cloud database, or even from the Power Platform, which is from Power BI or other Power Platform. So for now, I'm having an Excel file. So I go to the Get Data, From File, From Excel Workbook. So I'm navigating to my desktop, the folder that I'm having the file, Customer, import the file. So when I import, it will show me the worksheet of the file. So now this file only contains one worksheet. So with that, this indicates there is only one worksheet. So I'm selecting the worksheet. So I get to see the preview of the data. And we notice that in my Excel, I do have a merged row for the same customer from Johor. When you import to Power Query, all the merged row and merged column will unmerge automatically. So I just go to the load to. So when I load to, I'm selecting the option for between my report file and the source file, only create connection. At the same time, the data we want to bring out to the report using the Power Pivot. So use this data adding to the data model. So to the report and the source file connection only, and the data to come out in the report, we do it in the data model. So add data model must be, then click OK. Then I can see that in my order report, I already have my first query. Maybe I can just close this file first. Okay. So I already have this queries and connection for customer. So then if I would like to get my data for order detail, and remember we noticed that the order detail given duration by duration, if I want to import the 4 file one by one, is quite tedious. So then I prefer to do folder level import. So for now, example, I just move out the Q3 file outside of this folder, assuming that as of now, we only receive pre-quarter, not 2 quarter, and also the last year data. I want to import as the folder rather than we import as a file level by file level. So, but in order to do import as a folder level, we have to make sure all these data are identical. Customer and order, the columns are totally different. Like order data, just now I display, we have which customer placing order, what product they order, invoice, order date, quantity. So meaning all these files must have the identical data lah. Then only we can do the folder level import. Okay, so that this folder already contains last year and Q1 and Q2. Then I'm ready to import to folder level using Power Query. So I'm using the data ribbon, get data from file, but now we go for from folder. So Power Query support various source data, not only Excel, text CSV, even PDF, folder level also supported. So now I'm using the folder. And then I go to the orders folder, open. Now indicate that there are 3 files and all these are Excel file type. Then now we are going for combine. So the difference between load and combine, if we are doing single file import, then we have to do load. If we do folder level import, meaning that this is contain multiple files. So if folder level with multiple file import, then we have to go for the combine. So we go for combine and load to. So after coming to the combine and load to, I can see the worksheet name. So the requirement for that, I can see the file. Example, now my first file last year, these are the column in the data. And also I can preview my data for Q1. When I choose the worksheet, I can see that. And also when I can see the Q2 file, then I can see the preview of the data lah. So when I choose each file, I'm able to see the preview. So what is the requirement to do folder level import? Even though the file name different, but the worksheet name must be same. So the instruction we are giving them, choose all the file, but only select the data worksheet in all the file. So that is the command we are giving them lah. So with that, after I'm selecting the folder level import, data worksheet. Click OK. Processing the query. Then I will come to the load tool. Between source file and my report file, only create connection. Add this data to data model so that we can come out with the report. Click OK. And then the query is processing now, loading. Then with that, we notice that the orders we have about 1,999 rows loaded to the Power Pivot. And with that, I want to clean up the data. Maybe the data not clean to do the report. So I need to go to the Power Query Editor to clean up the data. So I just double click one of the query. And then when I come to the Power Query Editor, first I clean up the customer query. So I notice the header already identified, but then the merged row, I don't have Johor for the other customer. So I need to fill down Johor, Kedah, Kelantan accordingly. So I choose the customer state column, go to the transform ribbon at the Power Query Editor, fill down. So it will fill down. But this is not fill down like Excel, because if you do this in Excel, Johor will fill down for the, let's say we have 150 rows in this query. So the 150 row will be fill up with all Johor. But then here we can see that previously Johor, after that row number 10, we have Kedah. So when we fill down, it will be like fill down according to Johor, Kedah, Kelantan accordingly. So when you have merge row, merge column, no worries. We can quickly come out with the raw data like this. And also I worried about the customer ID might be having duplicate entry. So I go to the customer ID and use the home ribbon, click on the remove row and remove duplicate. So it's very important when you do report, your data must be very accurate. So one of the cleanup I'm doing with the remove duplicate. So you can do this in normal Excel or also in Power Query. So after I clean up the duplicate, every action that we do in Power Query, it will be listed down here. So with that, next time, if I want to check back my data, I can just refer to the applied steps. And also, if you would like to not doing the step, we have the choice to delete the step from here. And then we come to the order query. So order query all looks good. And remember, when you do the folder level import, it also adding one new column because we want to identify these rows of data come from which file. So easy to recognize the original file from this data come from where. So all combined automatically ready. So example, I can do cleanup in this table also. Example, for this table, I'm using the invoice column to remove the duplicate. And also I'm using the order date column to come out with the additional column to check date. So if let's say the customer placing order on any days in the month, but I want to get the check date, which is last day of the month. So I just choose the date, order date column, go to the add column ribbon in the Power Query. And this is a date data type. Under the month option, we go and use the end of the month. So with that, I quickly can add a new column that is called end of the month. And even though the customer placing order any day on that month, but I always able to capture when is the check date, last day of the month. So with that, we can do a lot of transformation on the data. So with that, I'm going to rename the column. Just can use this to rename the column in the formula bar. So whenever we do all this instruction, Power Query will convert your instruction into the code base. So this one, it's like a macro combination as well. So I can just go and edit the command on top here. So this is the column name. So I'm changing it to check date. So after edited, then I have a new column on check date. So with that, I can do the cleanup. But for now, I think I clean up, I'm done already. And I want to return to my Excel window. So I go to Home ribbon, close and load. So as of now, I only capture for customer data after cleanup, 150 row, and order data after cleanup the duplicate, 1,999 as of the quarter 2 data. So now when I receive my new file for quarter 3, we are just like move on to quarter 4, I'm receiving quarter 3. So I just need to download my data quarter 3 and I will just go and move the file into here. So quarter 3 and also assuming quarter 4 also got ready. So I can move these two files into the order folder. So now I know that in order folder, I'm adding another 2 more files. Then what I do, I just need to go and refresh my query. So for that, I need to go to the data ribbon, refresh all. So when I do refresh all, you notice that it is updating the data. Then once the updated done, then we can see that the two customer, no changes, but then for order, it's already captured the new rows from the quarter 3 and quarter 4. So meaning whatever cleanup I done for last month file and also the previous month file automatically apply to the new file that I put it into the folder. So that is where we are looking at Power Query to automate the cleanup process. So after the cleanup, now I want to do my dashboard. So to do dashboard, I need to go to the Power Pivot. So just now remember when we load the data, we choose the option for load to data model. So if let's say we didn't choose that, we still can right click the query, load to. So when you go to load to, we have the choice to load to data model. So data model is the one carries the background data to do the pivot table at the Power Pivot window. So after doing this, when I click OK, I'm now going to the Power Pivot window. So to go to the Power Pivot window, I'm now in the data ribbon and you can see the Power Pivot window. So this icon allow me to go to the Power Pivot window. So when I go to the Power Pivot window, then I can see that we have two tables, customer and orders. So Power Query already allow me to massage the data. Now I want to compile the data to table to do the reporting. So with that, I notice in my order table, I can see the customer name and customer ID, but I don't have the customer state or customer region. So now I would like to get my total quantity for the sales and also the based on customer state. So I would like to do my report with that. So I go to Home ribbon using the pivot table to come out with the report. So Home ribbon, pivot table, choose again the pivot table. And I want pivot table on a new worksheet, click OK. So with that, I would like to get the customer state from customer table. I'm selecting with the checkbox to add the data to pivot. Then I collapse the customer, then expand the order table and choose the quantity from here. So now I'm selecting the data from two different tables. So when I do that, the message come up, relationship between the table may be needed. And because of the relationship not there, there's a reason all the numbers same for every customer state. So when Power Pivot allow you to do report with multiple data source, but the table must have relationship. So I return to my Power Pivot window. So from my Power Pivot window, now I'm looking at the worksheet view, which is called data view. I want to move to the diagram view. So under home ribbon, we are going to the diagram view. And then we have the order table with all the column, customer table with all the column. And I'm using the design ribbon, create relationship. So the relationship, first table, customer, second table, orders, and then the matching column, customer ID and customer ID. So the blue highlight indicate the selected column. Mostly the Power Pivot won't auto select the column. We have to choose the column accordingly. Then after choose the matching column, this concept similar to VLOOKUP. But like I said, if let's say we still use our normal pivot, we have to use VLOOKUP to compile all data in one file, and that file become too heavy. So now in Power Pivot and Power Query, our source file is still in individual file, but we can compile into the report file using the relationship. So after we choose the matching column, click OK. Then the relationship already built between customer and order table. So the relationship normally will identify with the cardinality 1 to many. So if I want to check, I can go to the design ribbon, manage relationship. So from here, we can see that we have the cardinality order table to the customer table. Because customer table, we call it as a profile table. One customer, example, ABEX. But in the order table, it's called activity table. So the activity table, we can say that we receive many order from ABEX. ABEX January 1 order. Again, ABEX February another order. So that's why the cardinality many to 1. So in Power Query and also Power BI, the same concept, when you import data, we use the relationship to combine the data with the cardinality many to 1. If you're reading it, order to customer, is it many to 1. But if you read it, customer to order, 1 to many. So 1 to many to 1, same meaning. One customer can place many order. So after we do the relationship, 1 second, I think my Excel corrupted. 1 second. Okay. This is the, okay. Hope I saved the file. Or the report. Okay, I'm so sorry because of that file. It's not this one, but I do have my demo file. So for my demo file, just give me 1 second here. So with that, we can use all these type of combination to come out with the report. So just use one of my existing file. Okay, then I'm going to the Power Pivot window from my data ribbon. So when I go to the Power Pivot, I'm able to see the relationship between the table. So once I build the relationship, we can start building the dashboard by using multiple data source lah. Okay, so now I'm in the Power Pivot window. So I go to the diagram view. So from my diagram view, this one, it's like a complete solution where to do my sales report, I have my order table, customer table. Between these two tables, remember we do the relationship. But then if let's say I have my other table, I import accordingly, and I already established all the relationship the same way that I demo just now. So by using this data, I want to come out with the report. So now you see, once I establish the relationship, I'm getting the pivot table, new worksheet. And in this pivot table, like just now, we added the customer state from the customer table into the row area of the pivot table area. And also next, I'm adding the order table with the quantity. So earlier when I show the value like all same number, but now after I build the relationship, I'm able to get the correct number for every state by state. So with that, I can come out with multiple pivot table lah. Okay. So after I build the pivot table, I would like to come out with the pivot chart. That is actually crafting the dashboard. So we are coming to the crafting the dashboard. So when you want to do dashboard, normally we are going more to the visualization. So visualization can be done with the chart and also slicer. And for that, from this pivot table, I would like to do chart, or we also can do it from the chart directly from Power Pivot window. So example, I go to the design ribbon, home ribbon in my Power Pivot window, pivot table, and I use pivot chart. Pivot table, but also we have the choice to make multiple pivot chart one shot. So example, I want to get two chart in my dashboard, the two chart horizontally arrangement. So when I choose the two chart horizontally, click OK. Then we can see that we have the two chart. I'm ready to add data. So example, I'm adding data from customer table by using the customer state and also the quantity from order table into the value. So the chart already there. Then I can format the chart accordingly. So by using the style and color. So example, I'm using this style and also the color I'm using this color. And then customize the element by using the plus symbol. So this is all same way like how we modify the normal type of chart. So we can customize the title, chart, everything by using the chart element. And after we customize the element, then we can come out with the title of the chart. So this is the quantity by state. Then I would like to get another chart. This is by salesperson. So because I'm compiling all data from multiple, so I'm going to get my salesperson first name and also the quantity from the order table. Okay, so after getting the quantity, then same thing, I can customize the format accordingly. So once I customize the format, then we can actually go and get the element of the chart. So once we customize everything, then we can actually get different type of chart as well. So example, this is quantity by salesperson. Okay, so we can do multiple chart in order to come out with our final dashboard. And normally when we talk about dashboard, it is most important, how do you interact with the dashboard? So in Excel, we do have slicer for pivot table and pivot chart. So I'm selecting my first chart and then go to the pivot chart analyze ribbon, insert slicer. Then I'm selecting the customer region or customer type, example, customer type. Then click OK. So this become a normal text box. Then I can just position it where I want it to be. And after I do this slicer, I can choose the selection. Then we notice that the chart get updated according to my selection. But now you notice it's only updating one chart. But when we say dashboard, all my chart I want update with the selection. Then I go to the slicer, right click, and then report connection. So with the report connection, we notice that now it is only connected to the first chart, not the second chart. So I'm also getting the connection to the second chart. So the slicer can connect to pivot chart and also the pivot table. So just now I only get the pivot chart. So I'm connecting to chart 1 and chart 2. So after the connection, I click OK. Then we can see that we have the two connection accordingly. So now the whole dashboard will be updated. So with that, we can build multiple chart and then also we can view the report accordingly. And that is the base to build the dashboard in Excel. And with that, I can just show you the sample here. And this is my sample from my clinic for today. And okay, so we can notice that this is the grand total from all my pivot table. And this is a line chart and the column pie chart. And this is the slicer for us to do the interactive selection. So the whole environment, it's like when you get data, we use Power Query and then use Power Pivot to model the data, especially to build the relationship between multiple tables. And then finally, we use the pivot table to come out with the report. So we can use the chart to visualize the report, and also to interact with the report, we can use the slicer. And the same thing we can also do it in Power BI. So we notice that I'm having also Power BI. So now commonly we are hearing Power BI. So Power BI is like another tool similar to other business intelligence software where you can do more type of visualization, especially for dashboard and also to do interactive report. So the same sequence follow in Power BI also, where you notice that now I'm in my Power BI. And at first, right, we still use the Power Query to get the data. So because we already do that in the Excel, so I'm just going to show you it can be done the same thing. So in Power BI, it's also built in with the Power Query. So when you go to the home ribbon in Power BI, we can import the Excel data, or even like just now, we can use the data from folder, from CSV, PDF. So whatever supported, because Power Query is also in the Power BI. So we can import the data. So because this demo we already did in Power Query Excel, so the same thing I already use it, import the data in Power BI. And also once I get the data in Power BI, also we can use the relationship. So just now we did the relationship in Power Pivot, but in Power BI, it's already in the Power BI itself window, but they call it as a model view. So the model view allow me to do relationship between the table. So like the same technique like how I demo, I choose the create relationship, and then from the create relationship, I build the relationship between customer and order table, and also manager and order table. So once I'm done the relationship, then I can build the dashboard ready lah. So example, I would like to build the column chart. So I just go to visualization pane in the report view. So there are few views. The first view, normally table view to preview the data. And then the second one is the model view, that is to do relationship between the data. And the last, which is report view, to do all the final dashboard. So when I come to here, I'm getting a blank page. I already have title with text box and the logo. And now I go to the visualization pane and I choose the clustered column chart. And then I start adding data similar like pivot table and pivot chart. So I'm adding customer, state, and also quantity from the order table. So with that, I'm able to get the column chart. And normally the chart in a Power BI, it's like automatically analyze already highest to lowest. Then I'm going to build another chart, monthly comparison. So I'm getting another visual. So to do new visual, my cursor on the blank area. Then I go to visualization pane, get the line chart. So this line chart, I'm going to use the order date. And order date, I would like to categorize monthly, quarterly. So I already built the calendar table. So I'm using the calendar table with the month and year. So I'm dragging that to the x-axis and also quantity into the y-axis. So the monthly breakdown is already given. So we have two type chart. One is the monthly comparison. One is the state comparison. Yeah. So then after building the multiple visual, how do I interact? We can use the slicer. But in Power BI, the slicer have more variation to format it. Example, I want to do my first slicer. So I'm using the slicer from the visualization pane. And I'm adding the slicer with the sales method. So it show me like a vertical list. Then I want to make it like a tile type of slicer. I just go to the format visual under visualization pane, expand the slicer setting, expand the vertical list, make it tile. And then I can click on the selection of the slicer. So the chart will be updated or the whole page will be updated. Same thing, I can have multiple slicer as well. So example, if I want to have one more slicer for product supplier. So I choose the slicer from my visualization pane. Then I'm adding the supplier name. But then I noticed that supplier name too many and I can't fit everything into my vertical list. So if too many, then we can go and change the format of the slicer to slicer setting. Under the style, we change it to drop down. So when you have the drop down, you click, then you can see the list lah. So if it is few items, we prefer tile. If a lot of the item, then we prefer to use the drop down slicer. And also to increase the user experience of the report, I also turn on the search for drop down slicer. So when I click the 3 dot above the slicer, we can turn on the search. So with that, I know this is the supplier that I'm looking for, the name starting with H. The name starting with example F. Then I able to search for the F. Then I choose, so that whole dashboard will be updated. So we can come out with the different types of slicer. In Excel, there are some limited format, but here we can have multiple. And also finally, we can have the card type of visual, because chart normally won't display the grand total. Then we have another type of visual we call as a card. So I use the card. And then this card, I'm going to add the quantity also from the order table. This is to show the grand total. So with that, the card, example, I choose online, the breakdown show in the line and column chart, and the total also over here lah. So when you plan for the dashboard, all these combination will be here. Interaction with slicer, chart to visualize, and also the card to see the grand total. So that is how you come out with a dashboard in the Power BI. And with that, this is one of the completed dashboard. And we do have many new type of visual, especially map type of visual supported in Power BI, including like gauge. So these are the some new template which is not supported by Excel, but we do have in Power BI. So with that, we can easily interact with the entire dashboard. So these are the Excel with the Power BI creation. And finally, we are going to the PowerPoint. So PowerPoint, the very common question is only two, which is primary slide design and also animation and also the transition effect. So I think as per our timing, do allow me to extend about another 8 minutes to finish by 11:40. So I would like to quickly go through how can I quickly change my slide with the design. Especially now, I already prepare about 20 over slides. Then now I would like to add my department name as the footer and also company logo. So for that, I'm having like 20 slides. I'm not going to do in every slide one by one. So for that, we can use slide master. So the concept, if I do it in the master slide, it will apply to all. So from the current slide, to go to the slide master, I will be using the view ribbon. And usually we are viewing in a normal view. We go to slide master. So from slide master, I can see that the thumbnail on the left, it will come out with all the template for each layout. And this is like bigger size and width number 1. So this is the master for all the layout. So with that, I'm going to add my company logo. So insert picture, this device. So let's say I'm going to one of my picture folder and then choose my company logo. For example, this is the logo lah. Or I use my InfoTrack logo. So the InfoTrack logo, I put it on the bottom here. And then also adjust the slide size box here. And also the footer, I'm typing training and knowledge. Okay. So after I fix it over here, Then if let's say the formatting for the font. So I prefer all my title font to be Arial with font size 40. So I choose the title and then make it to Arial and then font size 40. Same goes to my subtitle. I want Arial font and also with the font size already fixed it. So with that, I'm doing the editing on the slide master. That means it will apply to all. So once I'm editing the slide master, then you notice when we are in the slide master, there is a slide master ribbon. So once you are done formatting, logo, or even sometimes we apply some style and everything, background color. So we go to the slide master ribbon and then close master view. So after close master view, I noticed that the logo applied to all the slides already. But maybe you can see how come the footer not here. We only formatted the footer, but we haven't shown the footer on the slide. So to show the footer on the slide, we still have to go to the insert ribbon and then click on header and footer. And from header and footer, we are turning on the footer and then apply to all. So you can get the footer. So if let's say I already formatted the footer, so now I'm doing this for sales and marketing. Sales and marketing. So with that, I customize the format. Then here I can just key in what footer I needed. So I can just go and view that in all my slides already lah. Okay. Sorry, I think I type it over here. Sorry. Not here. We have to type it out in the insert header and footer. And then I put it here, sales and marketing, apply to all. Okay, then close. Then we can see that in all the slides, we do have the sales and marketing. So normally the slide master, we just go by the format, font size, logo, but then actually like for header and footer, we type in the insert header footer, then we'll be getting it. Okay. Then introduce to you one of the new feature for animation and transition. So this animation, it's new in Excel PowerPoint 2019. After that, also included in Office 365. It's a mock animation here. So example, we can see that here we have the picture for title slide forecasting. I copy this picture and put it in my next slide. And then I resize the picture so that it's not overlapping on my content. And also we are having the designer, which is together with Copilot. It will help me to give me the nice design with the picture as well. So if let's say I already choose one of the design, it's adjusted accordingly. And also this picture, I go and rotate in the flip horizontal. Okay. So between the first and second slide, we have the same picture, but then the view, we make it smaller and we rotate it. So with that, the animation that we can apply to the slide number 2, under transition ribbon, we can see the effects of the transition, morph effect. So when I apply the morph effect, then we notice that the picture from first slide will just change to the second picture view. So if I go to the slideshow view, right? So now we are in the first slide. When you come to the second slide, it will just switch and then show. So the same trick that we can use it also, if we notice under the slide number 14, I have the global expansion with the 4 state. And also we have the image. I enlarge it and then I colored one of the area. Same goes to the next one. I enlarge and colored the Brazil area. So what I do, I apply the more effect for all these selected slide. So I choose slide 14 and hold the shift, select until 17. I go to the transition ribbon, apply the mob effect. And also I'm changing the effect option to words. So with that, if let's say when I go to the slideshow, so first I'm like showing overall global expansion. Then when I go next, then you can see the zoom effect and then the wording will be shifted. And then from this zoom picture, when I go next slide, it will move to the next area and change the content accordingly. Then finally, I want to like show everything, it will zoom out again. So that is the mob effect, which is actually the together with animation and transition. So if we have the similar picture between the first slide and the second slide, then we can make use of this mob effect here, including the wording as well. So with that, we can make a very nice view on your animated slides. So with that, we have completed all the demo for all these 4 lessons. And with the short timing, I hope I can demo to you all the concept and the most frequently asked questions. And then with that, I pass on to Jesslyn.
Hi, Jerina. Thank you. Okay, I'm back to here. Okay, I hope everyone is enjoying this session. I can see some of the questions here, but mostly I see it's more on like the demo. Maybe I can see Siti is saying that, is it important to have the same parameter relationship between the file when importing the data?
Yes, Jesslyn. For example, the demo I was showing you, my customer file, I have customer ID, and then my order file also, I have the customer ID. So we must have the matching column in order to build the relationship.
Okay.
Yes.
Hope Siti will answer your questions. And Anisha, is this one is basic Power BI or premium for interactive dashboard?
For Power BI, normally there are 3 versions of Power BI. Power BI desktop that I demo to you, it's a free software. Everyone can search Power BI desktop and install on the computer to build the dashboard that how I show you just now. Import data, build the dashboard. But then after you build the dashboard, you want to share the dashboard with your teammate, then you need to publish to the cloud. Then when you publish to the cloud, you need the Power BI Pro account. But if let's say your personal use, we still can use the free license, because now if we are having Microsoft 365 E3 license, Power BI is already a free license for all the user. So with free account, you still can publish to your personal workspace and then present. But just that you can't share the report with your teammate. So if you want to share, then you need to have the Power BI Pro license. We do not need premium license. Premium license is more to capacity level, but the Pro account already allow you to share the report with your teammate. Okay,
All
Jess?
right. Okay, so meaning that actually Power BI, they have different of the versions. So if let's say you are using for your own preview, the current basics one, the free version should be enough. But if let's say you need to print the reports or show the report to others of, your colleagues or out of your organizations, then you might need to subscribe for the premium version already.
Pro account.
Pro account, yes.
Pro
So,
account. Premium is more to like more on the capacity level. For example, if we are going to have a very big size of report, then we need to have the premium. And normally the premium account, we also can build the application from the Power BI report. That is the additional services. Yeah.
all right. Okay, great. So, okay, I think we are running out of time also because our webinar is supposed to be end 11:30. But thank you very much that everyone stay until the end. Now it's already 11:45. So I would like to ask, before we end this session, I would like to get you all to help me to do a Google review. If you like this session, please help us do the Google review. Give us 5 stars for Jarina. Okay, scan and then put your comments or anything that you wish to learn for next round. So we will plan accordingly. So, and another way that why you need to do our Google review, because monthly we will have a lucky winner also. So just stay tuned to see if you are this month lucky winner. Normally we'll announce by next month. Yeah, so just fill out the Google review. I already put in the link also inside the chat, the Q&A session. So you can get the link and also click on that. Okay, I will reshare again the link so that maybe you miss out, you can click on it also. So while we are waiting for people, for all of you to do the Google review, I also would like to share about our upcoming courses. So what's the courses list? I don't have any name. Why? Because this course will be tailor-made courses. So why I say so, if you can notice today, what Jarina is bringing over the knowledge is covering 4 topics. So we have actually from these 4 topics, 3 topics like Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, and Microsoft Power BI, Microsoft PowerPoint. These 3 courses, we understand that a lot of customers, they feedback to us is that maybe now currently you need to attend like maybe Microsoft Excel, foundation, intermediate, advanced, maybe take up your time is about 4 days. So 4 days to complete all of this, but not all the subtopic that you are learning in the class, it will be needed for your job. So for that, we are doing a tailor-made program. So meaning that from there, you can pick what is the subtopic that you need. Maybe you just want to learn about pivot table. Maybe you just want learn about how to do the data cleaning, data massage, how to do the formulas. So from there, we have a list of subtopic. So you can from there choose which topic that you are interested to learn. And of course, we can have a consultation services, like meaning, let's say you're not sure this topic, what is it about, how it can help me. So we can have another session. You can just contact us to have this session so that we can advise you which topic should be suitable if let's say you want to do this task. So it will be save time. And also we are, you are taking a right training based on your own needs. So it's really customized by us. So for that, I will think, Jarina, you can go to our next slide. So there we will have our contact number. And this morning, I believe some of you are receiving my WhatsApp reminder. So anything that you need more info about these customized courses, you can just drop me a message. Then I will advise you accordingly from there. So this is very good chance that to have you like what you want to learn is really when you sign up for the course, only the things that you want to learn. So you don't need to waste a lot of time on that. So you can also mix around, meaning some topics from Words, some topics from PowerPoint, some topics from Excel. So it will depends on you. So we call it like buffet. So you can choose which dishes that you want to include in your 7 hours, 1 day or 2 days. Okay, so you can save my number. The 7318 is my numbers. Anything that you need more info, you can just text us. Or if let's say you don't want text, you can just email to techcenter@infodesktrack.com. Okay.
And one more thing to add it, Jaslyn, like even though there are many questions I can see in the Q&A due to the week, like some of the question I feel maybe they are problem faced by that person. So we will take it offline, all the questions, and we will give all the answers accordingly.
Yeah, so I think For the question that we didn't answer now, maybe you can, I need your help. Maybe you can just drop an email to me, to Tech Center, or you can just text over to me. So later on, I will discuss with Jarina, then I will send the correct answer for you. So it will be easier because I think from here, I only can see your name. I can't see your contact detail. So I need your help to just text me your questions. Okay, so I also see that people asking if, let's say, we have the recording version or not for this session. Yes, we will have it, but give me some time to trim and put it in our YouTube. So I'll share the link instead of the whole video. It will be, I think I will try my best to send to you next week. Okay, so give me some time on that. So another way is maybe some of our customer today, maybe you are not sure which level are you now. Okay, we also have one tools that can help you. So we have the free assessment test. So meaning that you can also get the link from me, whether you want to test your PowerPoint levels, your Excel level, or your Words level. So from there, we have certain questions. So you need to answer that question. So from there, you will get a report like you are now in like Excel intermediate level. So we will advise you to go for advanced level, something like that. Or you will get a report saying that, okay, now you are in foundation level. So you can go for intermediate level. So from there, you will know that which level you are. So you don't need to waste the time. So this one is for standard course. So we have foundation, intermediate, and advanced. So from the assessment, you can know which level you need to go. Okay, so if you need that, I will also send to you all. So I think for now, that's all from me. Anything from Jarina?
No, actually, thank you for everyone for joining this session. Hope you get the idea and also some of the technique. And I hope to see you all for our training or in a customized courses. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Jarina, for giving your times and also spend your time with us today. So this I conclude today's webinar. Thank you all for attending, and we hope that you have learned and also enjoyed this webinar. See you in our upcoming training or workshop. Thank you. Bye-bye.